Hello everybody, welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 608, we're going to talk about Kaheera the Orphanguard. Now, this is one of the altar sleeves. It was actually made for the Soul Ring, and that's kind of why there's a line through the power toughness, because it wasn't made for a creature. But anyway, I really liked it, and it kind of fit Kaheera. It looks kind of, I don't know. I like it. Anyway, Kaheera is the 3-mana, the companion again. Now, I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record with the companion. When a companion is your commander, you're not obligated by that commander or companion clause. But I am, because I feel like that's the flavor of it. So, each creature card in our deck is a cat or an elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast. It's one of those. Now, Kaheera has vigilance. And each other creature that's those chosen types gets +1/+1 in vigilance. Yeah, now this is not... Ren and Siri is, of course, the ultimate version. If you're going to run cats, that's probably what you want to do. But this, I mean, it's just kind of a commander for the umbrella of these 5 creature types. I did not focus in on any one specific of them. I think I have a little bit of all. I don't know if there's that many nightmares in white and green. But I do have a theme. We will get to that theme in a minute. First, we're going to look at our ramp or mana fixing, if you will. So, wow, I believe these are actually in CMC order. We have a Soul Ring. The Celestia Signet. Talisman of Unity, Dramoka Monument, Celestia Key Rune, Wildfield Border Post. You don't see that a lot. Celestia Locket, Celestia Cluestone, Tiger Eye Tameo. That's how you know. Yeah, it's a whole lot of artifact ramp, but that's because we're not running stuff like the Rampant Gross and Kodama's Reaches and stuff like that. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of that. Do have like Ronus's Monument, because green creature spells cost 1 less, and, a free +2/+2 in trample. Now, this is going to apply to every one of our creatures because they're all green. As a Canseer, it's a 3-mana any color. We're kind of used to that, I guess. Wanderer's Twig, it gets the land in our hand, but, hey. And then Safe Right Quest, you search your library for a 4-star Plains and put it in your hand. Now, that should give a clue to what the deck is. Celestia Solid Gold. Every card is multicolor. Every card is green and white in the deck. So I thought a Dragon Arch would be, because I just using those creature types just wasn't enough for me. And yeah, we've got some questionable cards in here because once I pick a theme, oh man, sometimes I commit to that theme to a fault. If you're looking for a powerhouse Kaheera deck, just scroll on because this ain't it. This is very thematic of just solid gold. Do have another artifact in Tablet of the Guilds because, hey, this seems really good. We're choosing green and white, and every non-artifact spell that we have is both green and white. So we're gaining 2 life per spell we play. Kind of not bad. So I guess the little bit of card draw. Tome of Legends, I'm not real sold on it, but I'm going to give it a try. And then Camaraderie, because, who doesn't want to gain life and draw cards and give creatures +1? And, I mean, yeah, why not, right? So let's get into our creatures. We have these. I just actually listed this deck. So these are in CMC order too. So, hey. We have the Grizzly Leoto. 2-mana, 1/5. Fleece Mane Lion. Bronzehide Lion. Siegehorn Ceratops here. Yeah, 5 creature types. That is, you know, a kind of a broad umbrella. Fleetfoot Panther, because why not? Anorid Brushhopper's a beast. Kasali Ambusher. Yannick, obviously not using Kaheera, but it's pretty good. Frontline Felidar. I really like this one because it says creatures you control with vigilance have the one to tap that target creature. And Kaheera gives our team vigilance, does she not? I believe so. Leonin Armor Guard. Horn Cheetah. Yeah, I was going way back there. This card wouldn't be cost 4 nowadays. It would probably be cost just the green and the white if this was a new card printed in Zendikar Rising or whatever. Heartmender. I don't have a way of abusing the -1/-1 counter thing here, except for itself. Killjourn Frostbeast. Right? Super Death Touch. Because it doesn't have to deal damage. Just destroys all creatures blocking or blocked by, so it's just going to freeze them down. Elderwood Sign. Now we're getting into the creatures that are big enough to where we care about the Dragon Arch. You know. Woodvine Elemental. Who doesn't love Parlay, right? Sigil Behemoth. Phantom Nishoba. Belligerent Brontodon. Yeah, this is a whole lot of... A lot of these cards, I'll admit, wouldn't be getting C play that much if it wasn't for the very specific theme that I'm on. I'll admit that. But it's kind of weird. The decks that I focus a lot in on, and you know, they tend not to perform as well in gameplay. But decks like this that I am like super on the theme, unless it's like the white 2-drop deck, typically perform better. Mm-hmm. Vagrant Plowbeast, of course, it regenerates. Risen Sanctuary, Guardian of Vitu-Ghazi. Now, I was really, really close to an Autochthon Worm, but I didn't. Instead, I put a World Soul Colossus. Autochthon Worm, though, did cross my mind, and I almost put it in just to upset the CCO boys. So now let's look at some pump, because there's an abnormal amount of pump in just green and white. It all started off with Armadillo Cloak, and then we got another version of Armadillo Cloak, except the difference here is that the wording in Armadillo Cloak and the wording in Unflinching Courage, this says lifelink, the other one does not. So there is a minor rules difference there. And then, of course, we have I really think they missed the boat here, calling this Behemoth Sledge instead of the Armadillo Sledge. That would have been so perfect. Pledge of Unity. Just going to pass out counters to my team. Sigil Blessing is a pretty decent Giant Growth variant. Sigil of the Nyan Gods is really good. And it cycles, so if you don't need it. Common Bond. 2 counters. Reap What Is Sown. And then Pollen Bright Wings. Because I really want to give that big old Brontodon flying. Right? 1 Planeswalker in Huatli. Kind of responsible for a lot of our creature choices having a higher toughness and power. They're not real square statted. A little bit of removal in Sundering Growth and Celestia Charm. I consider Celestia Charm removal because anytime I run it, I'm probably going to be exiling Power 5 or greater. Getting a 2/2 token or +2/+2 in Trample. The first ability I have used. The last ability I've never used. But it seems like most of the time, this is exile target big thing. Now we got our miscellaneous here. Hymned Rebirth is really good because it can get the creature from anybody's graveyard. You don't actually see that a lot in green and white. Ice Age. That's probably why it was many, many years ago. We have Dawn Glow Infusion, because if you're going to gain life, why not gain X life twice, right? Reborn Hope is our regrowth variant. Return target multicolor card. That's just about any of them. It's not an artifact, and even a couple artifacts. Reknit to regenerate target permanent. We have a Wellspring. Now, you gain control of the land when this comes into play, and at the end of each of your turn, you lose control of that land. At the beginning of your turn, you gain it. So, you're time sharing somebody else's land. You know, they get it on their turn, you get it on your turn. So, if doesn't really work that well for like a Maze of Ith, but if somebody's got a Gaia's Cradle, you could be like, hey, we're time sharing Gaia's Cradle. Gaia's Cradle. Growing Ranks. Get that populate on. Capturing Sunlight. It's Cascade. I love the randomness of Cascade, and I don't know, it just kind of fit the casual fun style of the deck, you know? And then we got a couple split cards in Flower and Flourish and Alive and Well that has Fuse, so that's cool. Now we got our non-basic lands. Now, no, I do not have a Pillar of the Parum. That I need. All heavy multicolor or solid multicolor decks should have it, to be honest with you, but I don't. So I ran out of those. But we do have some cycling lands, you know, the Tranquil Thicket, Desert of the True, Drifting Meadows, Secluded Steppe, Mosswort Bridge, because I had it, you know. We're probably going to have 10 power. Brushland, got to have that white border, right? Rogue's Passage, just in case. Thriving Grove, Evolving Wilds. I'm using the Naya Panorama as another version of a Evolving or Terramorphic. Croson Verge 2, Sungrass Prairie, Blossoming Sands, Salt Crusted Steppe, Celestia Sanctuary, Celestia Guildgate, Tranquil Expanse, Grove of the Guardian to get that token, that giant token, so that we can populate it. And then lastly, Nantuko Monastery. You know, be able to turn into a creature. So yeah, while not the most riveting deck, it was kind of fun to build. And it falling so close to when I did Ren and Siri, I wanted it somehow to be radically different. And the first couple creatures I found that hit those types happened to be gold, and I went, you know what? It's been a while since I've done solid gold. So that's what we're going to do. So that's what I did. And let's go put it on the wall. That's 608. I ain't got to walk as far now. But I do appreciate everybody watching in the comments. See, let me tell you about the comments and why I love them so much. Is eventually I will get caught up and I will be done. You know, I say I'll be done. I'll get all the existing decks built, and the only thing I will have left to build is every few months when they release more new product, you know. And that way I'll be, you know, able to stay up. But when that point comes and I am done, I can go back and start rebuilding with, you know, new sets that have come out, new cards, what have you. And the couple times I've done that, I go back to the video and read the comments because y'all give me some awesome suggestions. Thank you so much. And some of the stuff I'd never thought about. So that way, I've got that in YouTube memory. So I appreciate it. It helps quite a bit. But that's all I have got for today. I do appreciate it. Big thank you to everybody that watches, and a special thank you to all the patrons. Thank you so much. But right now, it's time to shuffle and cut.